Bela Lazarus back with us from Business in Vancouver, fresh from her trip to the Ford Trends Conference in Detroit.
That's right, yeah.
What's trendy for Ford?
Lots of trendy stuff. This conference is just blew me away. You know, Ford is really on the cutting edge in terms of looking at their business. And in fact, I think this is, for the 21st century, many businesses are doing this, not just looking at their product, but looking how they can relate to people, the community, help people live better lives, be innovative. So they had trendsetters there that weren't necessarily talking about cars. People like Seth Godin, who's a trend-setting author, Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple, and they're talking about lifestyle trends, consumer trends, you know, how people make their choices in life.
I guess if they sort of put themselves into people's lives as opposed to just being this product that does one thing for them, then then families will continue to use those products.
And figuring out how to anticipate people's needs, especially around digital trends, because we're being so overwhelmed. A lot of the discussion was, how do you get that balance between having all this technology, especially in the car, and not being distracted? Because conversations now about being distracted in cars, it's not just being on a cell phone, but if you have all these gadgets and gizmos, So they're doing a lot of analysis about that and doing a lot of research in that area. And people there from major brands like Pixar, Coca-Cola, just talking about storytelling and how to tell a story with your product and how to, it's just a complete new way of looking at products, But some of the really interesting things were in the actual applications. And one of the ones that was so great, they had, Ford is doing this research on having sensors in the seat where you're sitting as a driver that sense your heart rate. So if you were to get into the car at the end of your shift, you might not know that you're really stressed. And you're pressing harder on your accelerator, maybe not being as efficient in your car. So the car, sensing your heart rate up, will say, "Sophie, I sense your heart rate is up. Would you like me to play some calming music for you?"
And on comes Enya.
It's a British accent, I can't do it. But the idea is that it senses your needs and then offers suggestions. And of course, you can feel free to swear at it and say no, and then press harder on the accelerator. But sustainability as well, obviously very big. So the new hybrids or electric vehicles can sense how you press on the accelerator and make suggestions. So it might say, if you go 3 kilometers slower, 3 kilometers an hour slower, you will save $21 this week.
Oh, interesting.
So just things like that that are really making a difference for people.
Look forward to seeing those become reality. All right, thanks, Bela. You can get more on that story and other business news at BIV.com.